Good morning. Welcome back. My most ethical light and love crew. Angels of love and light, do your thing. My cream crew. Good morning. So, what do I need to know at this time? Should we start with the intro? What I decided to do a reading this morning. I don't know, I detect a little bit of being ticked off in my tone of voice, in my approach. But I think all it is just me being both underwhelmed and overwhelmed by today. And I don't think I've ever felt such a thing before, but yet again, to each a new day. So I'll consider that a blessing. And if I want to change it up, I'll go ahead and modify it. So I decided there's a lot. I looked at scope. Okay. Comparative SWOT analysis. I'm trying not to do that, but and just be in the moment of just the now. And if any comparison, it's going to be from the past rather than the future prospects. Just for right now. Just for right now. So, where do we want to start here? There's a lot of things to do in each room. And so, looking at that, I understand what's going on internally. It's, reorganizing, making sense out of things. So I'm on the right track. I gotta say, I'm on the right track. My hair feels good after I decided with how sticky and, yuck I felt yesterday from all of the work. If I don't take a shower, I'm gonna have to sleep on the floor. To put myself in the doghouse, basically. And I just couldn't do that. It just felt really that gross. It's like I deserve to sleep in a bed. So anyway, my hair is feeling good. And I had a lot of dreams last night. I have a feeling that there are a lot of messages to sort through. I don't know if that's like a fan box, fan inbox. People, curious about what they need to learn, coming through my dream state. Not sure, but I do know that I was attacked heavily last night, like heavily. Just like very, very end, like the witching hour, I just kept burping. This is massive. And my stomach's still feeling cramped. And, I'm supposed to just sit back and watch, things unfold. So I think people are really getting massive amounts of karma, or people wanting to jump in on my my interests, my destiny, the things that are for me. So I did also see something on my feed yesterday. It was, I think, on Instagram. I usually don't scroll through there, but I did yesterday. And I saw something about, is it Mrs. Huxtable? It was a personal interview, and it's like, if you had your own children, when you have your own children, are you going to teach them, differently from how you were taught, considering that there are, better ways, and some teachings are outdated? And she said, absolutely not. My mother taught me, these strong points, basically. And one of them was like, the world means no harm to you, and you mean no harm to it, ever. She was very factual about that. Or I think she worded it like, people mean no harm to you. Like, and I'm thinking, that's great. That's great. A great thought, all in all. And that's I guess how you want to look at things, as a shaman, right? If we sign contracts, I've talked about this before, like years ago. If we were best friends in another realm, 20% battery. If we were best friends in another realm, like, the afterlife, and we signed contracts on one of these lessons, like, hey, I know what we should do. Like, we'll go ahead and teach each other. That way we can, like, share the next lifetime together. And, just like best friends wanting to sign up for the same class, basically. Or the same teacher, or whatever, who teaches 2 different classes. It's kind of like that. And you're like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then we come down to this life, and we're like, oh, fuck. I hate you. Whole different perspective. So I'm thinking, okay, that would be wonderful to believe that everyone that I'm having that has beef with me, we're actually best friends. I don't know. But it's crazy, because it's crazy to think that way, because upon intro, naturally, I'm like, hey, yeah, we are, we can get along. We are, and wouldn't you think that if you set that tone, that things would naturally comply or be facilitated to do so? And it's not. So you gotta understand that relationships change then, right? So how does this it work when we're all one? Am I just supposed to sit here and take it? And just pretend that I don't know the things that I know, and learn the things that I've learned, and just, just do that? I don't understand. But then there's also that other side where it's like, okay, so if we were best friends, we want to help each other learn. Let's go with that. Okay? So, regardless if you're friends or not, there's this other aspect. Regardless if you're friends or not, people need to learn their lessons, as do you. So forget about whether or not we were friends, okay? Let's chuck that complication out of the window, okay? Yeah, we might have been, we were, whatever, let's just throw that out the window. I gotta live my life. So, now back to the thing of oneness. I've resolved certain parts of myself And seeing them accentuated in others is just like, I don't know. Like, how do you approach that at work when somebody's being a complete asshole? Like, what do you do? Like, oh, did someone hurt you when you were 11 years old? Did someone, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand, like, what is this? You know, what is this? Okay, so what should I know right now? What do I need to know right now? Okay, let's just jump. Like, these are just fragments of what I'm thinking about. And I thought, okay, underwhelmed, overwhelmed, whatever the F. I gotta start my day. Let's go ahead, start it up. Brush your teeth. And I'm like, oh my god, my breath is far worse than I thought it was today. Okay, if I'm gonna talk to anybody, even if it's like by phone, I want to make sure that, like, I'm not, like, nobody's suffering. So then, like, okay, time for breakfast. Okay. I need to make sure that I prevent any sort of crankiness, any sort of irritation within these communications. It's just being responsible with your interactions with life, basically. So I want to have the best approach possible. Gotta eat. And then, I scan my emails. Okay, fine. Then I walk the premises, each room. Like, okay, this is manageable. Okay, this is manageable. Okay, this is manageable. On my way to making breakfast. That's it. I went outside. This is managed. It's not just manageable. I managed it. Good. Things are starting to bloom. Good. In fact, this plant at the front of my door was starting to, like, wilt for some reason. I don't know why. All of a sudden it just started dying. It just told me it's a protective plant, which means that there was an inundation of yucky energy to the point where it was almost at its, you know, like, dead. And I was like, wait a minute, no. I remember keeping another plant similar to this, and, like, all the leaves had wilted, but all of a sudden it sparked, like, all of these other blooms, and it was just like one after the other, and it made contact with another plant. And exactly at the point where it made contact with another plant, it bloomed, like, in, like, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 places. Like, it sprouted. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. My plants are friends with each other. It's insane. So I think one is not doing well because, does it feel upstaged by the other? Let me just double check. Why is my hibiscus not doing well? Does it not friending with my bougainvilleas? Is that what's the deal? Or is it just like it's just exhausted and it just needs some time to acclimate after I, like, cleaned it up on the bottom? I don't know. What was going on with that one? 7 of Swords in reverse. I think there's just bullshit on the bottom. Yeah, so it should just need to acclimate. It has no... It's been there the longest, basically. So let me just double check here. Yeah, victory used to be had. Okay, so it's just its roots. That's all it is. It just needed some cleanup in there. Okay, put them back. Why did it... Oh, it's split underneath the Empress, the wands. 6 of Wands. Okay, so it's good. So it's like they're ensuring that I took care of it. Cut through. Yeah, it has no beef. It cut to 7 of Swords in reverse. It cut to. It has no beef. And just wait, 7 of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's so crazy. It has no beef with the bougainvillea. That's crazy. Thank you, Hibiscus, for letting me know, or the Fae. That's insane. I didn't realize I could ask about different sentience. I was just like, okay, you know, why not? That's funny. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Okay, where were we at? Okay, so each and every area manageable. I can do this. Okay, there's plenty of time. I can do this. I'm allotted the exact amount of time to do whatever I need to do today. Okay, and there is some flexibility. That's what life is. Okay, nobody's gonna cut your throat and say, "Ah, you got to end your life because you didn't get the towels put away." You know, like, how ridiculous would life be if it were like that? And you got to cut yourself out of situations that are like that, which is basically my last job. But it was kind of like reversal, you know? So, um, um, so let's see how things go. You know, there's a lot of wonderful things abound. I've already read it. It is factual. I know it to be as true, especially with the attacks that come through. And like, artists know this, especially in the music industry. How much haterdom there is. Like, if they can't beat you at performance, they're going to try to take it through behind the scenes in very very different ways, even if it's like through bad publicity or whatever. So you just got to keep your chin up, do your thing. Okay. Why did we say that though? I don't know. I don't know why they told me to say that. There was more of what needed to be said on that, but they just said just keep it at that. Okay. Eight of Pentacles in reverse on the right side. The Star card on the left side. Okay. So there's a lot of hope coming through. It's more like a bushel. I think the way they're doing it is more like it's a Trojan horse. So something comes along on your plate, and it doesn't look like what it's like, a sign of hope, but it actually is. It's encased in there. It's protected like this, bubble wrapping. Okay, of hope. Okay, you see this? Boop, 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 boop. Bubble wrapping of the North Star. See, very. Yeah, so 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 of Pentacles here, hidden in plain sight. 8 of Pentacles here. See, it's transitory. 8 of Pentacles, drop ship there. It's a direct ship. And you don't have to do anything to unravel it. It'll unravel on its own. That's crazy. It's master number 88, hidden in plain sight here. Delivered by the Star card. This is wonderful. This is something that I didn't even see it. Like, I saw these cards, while I was doing my intro, just like just roughing it out. See, let's mull through this, and now, like, the interpretation just kind of unfolded on its own. So where's that? My stomach did like a little little comma, but it was okay. This fell on my lap. It's the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Wands. So there's a hint of, like, there's a lot of work coming through. Okay, like, some things to work on, but it's more so that I know how much work I put in, and it's nobody's gonna scold me in the ethers and beyond the veil. None of my kin, like, none on my panel would be like, no, that's not enough. It's not good enough. You got to put in more. And nobody on your team, nobody like on the sidelines with the banner, like, cheering you on, is like going to be doing that. So this is more like you're doing all that you can do. Okay, let's be fair. Okay. You got to put in the work, but at the same time, the struggle in that should be a singular thing. You're not gonna like compound you. Like you exited a lot of situations that put you in very compromising positions. Now you have the wheel, okay? And now you have the spokes, collectively speaking. You have collected all the wands from all that bullshittery, people attacking you, etc. You've collected all those wands, confiscated all of that magic, as rightfully so, because you didn't ask for people to be attacking you. And so anyway, you've confiscated all those wands to make another wheel. So basically, you're building another chariot. Let me see how many spokes are on here. So you got, I think it's 4. Okay, yeah. So okay. So I was thinking 4 like long ways. Okay. It could be 4. It could be 8. The remnant is, if it's 4, then you have 6 of wands left, which is victory. If it's 8, then you have 2 of wands, so you size things up correctly. So you're going the right way, Tina. Even if you're holding all of that, you're gonna make purpose. That's a shiz load of magic that was used against you, and it is not your burden. But you know what? If people are misbehaving and you have the right and entitlement to take away their magic because of the way they have purposed themselves and their gifts, no, you're gonna take that, and this is just one freaking journey. Like, just the divine doesn't ask very much of you, but these are absolute winnings, and I'm gonna take them to that palace. I'm gonna take them to my castle, and I'm gonna handle it. So that's what they that's what they wanted to let me know. Okay, what do I need to know? I need to know at this time. You're like, dry those tears away. You've got a lot of strength in you, and you're gonna do this. You can. Okay, 10% battery. Okay, what fell on the foot is a sun card inverted. The spotlight is on me. Okay, even with the things that, like, certain things that are conceived as a misstep or goofy footed, the spotlight is on me, and there's no shame. You got to take pride in taking steps forward, even if it's with your left foot, even if it's something that looks awkward and unfamiliar to others, even if it's awkward or unfamiliar to yourself, Tina. Like, give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, okay? You're moving forward, and anyone who interferes with that, anyone who comes across you with ill intent, or good intent, or ill intent disguised with good deeds, the light is being shown on them too. Okay, you don't need to tattle. You don't need to like defend yourself on, like, saying, oh no, this is what actually happened, and then that, you know what, let the drama, face those people. Okay, the spotlight is on you. You're a superstar. What else do you need to know? So what is this thing about, like, the celebrity thing? Okay, now that I've got the star card out and the sun card out, am I gonna be that, well known, if not better? Like, what is that? Like, or is it just like hypothetical? Okay, so 98 is here. It's 9 of Swords in reverse and Strength in reverse. They said don't worry about those, minuscule, like, earthly things. You're strong. You're built on the inside. You don't need to, like, pronounce it to the world. They said just trust us on this one. It's okay. This is a learner. Basically, like an Eagle Scout. Is a medal of, has Medal of Honor. And a lot of times, these medallions will have like some kind of bird on it, right? Showing liberty, freedom, etc. Leadership. But then the eagle here, this medallion, doesn't have a background to it. So this is an eagle taking flight. Nine of Pentacles, that's wonderful. That's abundant. That's self-sufficient. Independence. The Hermit card, Two of Swords, Five of Swords, the Emperor, the High Priest in reverse, and Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah, dude said, don't worry about it. We got things under control. We have people like in the background. And you're doing some shadow work too, but it's like, I almost said minor shadow work, but it's like minor arcana shadow work is what they're saying. Okay. Your road is blocked only because it's like, how do I say it? All access points are closed. There's a lot of, what do you call it? Gatekeepers, you know, holding down, access points to make sure that there's no, disturbance, especially with what I reported with that inundation of like, dude, like I was trying to force the burps out because it was that much coming in and it was still cramped. Like as soon as I burped, there was still like 2 more coming in or 4 more coming in. It was insane. Anyway, you have the one up, the upper hand. Do not worry about it. Spirit is here, like watching over things to ensure that whatever needs to be broken up will be broken up, you know. But there's also a creative handling and things. So just like roll up your sleeves, do what you need to do, doing the housekeeping in a variety of aspects. And this is it's weird. It's like I have certain spiritual bodyguards or something to just make sure that I can. This is like just even in my personal life, I can just handle what I need to do in cleaning up. Like, you should feel safe in your own home, Tina. You should feel inspired to do these things for yourself and for your family, which is legit. I have no qualm to that. But at the same time, there are other energetics trying to like hold you down in your place, you know. So there's something about that there. And then what fell onto the left side, this is right choice, and underneath my left foot is 3 of Cups, extroverted. Okay, so whatever I'm choosing to do, okay, or whatever's chosen for me is well celebrated. Yeah, okay, so the goofy foot thing. Okay, so whatever I'm doing right now is well celebrated, is applauded. So do not give a hoot, aka rat's ass, on what others are thinking about you, including prospective employers. You want, of course you want to set a good impression. Of course you want to do that. But of course you also don't want people judging you, like when they have a certain prestige or power and they're misjudging you. That's one thing. Maybe they don't understand what you're doing over here. But if they're making deliberate judgments, like cold-heartedly, just on the face value of what you're doing, if they don't comprehend it, like in the here and now, they're not at your level, Tina. They're not operating at your level, regardless of how much, again, prestige or acknowledgments they have from X amount of organizations. When it truly comes down to it, there's only one true judge. And, you know, if I'm receiving accolades directly from them, from that source, then I've already trumped what anybody else has to say, including myself, including whatever I have to judge with my day. Like, fuck, you know? So there's that. Is there anything else to drop? No. Okay, what else do I need to know? It's been almost 30 minutes. That one. Knight of Pentacles. It's a delivery. It's a process. Okay. You can respect that messenger. Okay. This is great because I just noticed that this person is showing their face, you know. Let's see. This is the thing, it's open. All right, anything else that you want to tell me? It's weird. I did not, Stranger Things on season 4 is becoming so, the episodes are getting longer and longer because, you know, the first one, the opener to each one is always going to be the longest. Each season, opener is going to be, longer than the rest. I didn't realize I didn't finish season, or, that first episode until yesterday, and there's a lot that's going on there, so it's a little curious. Like, I'm a little curious about that because Elle, because of how much it took to fight a certain beast and close a certain portal, temporarily lost her powers. And I don't feel like I've lost my powers. So I'm like, what character have I taken on next? Like, what is going on here? Because I don't feel like I lost any power. I may have temporarily refocused my understanding of wealth for sure. But I don't feel like, energetically, I don't feel like I've lost my power. But then there's a lot of other things happening, like psychologically to other people, like the worst, what do you call it? The things that have guilt tripped them, the things that, like, their shadows are appearing in their psyche, and it's affecting what they're doing and how they're doing. And I think maybe a lot of that is happening, especially with Anubis, you know, covering me, covering my transits. Let me get another bite of this while it's still good. And then Elle getting bullied and not having her powers to, like, fight back. Sometimes life be like that. I mean, before I got into the understanding of how much power I hold, it was like that. I was constantly being bullied with, and all that I had left was to digest it. So perhaps, maybe that's my shadow work. I'm looking at things how they were before. As a means to ground myself. That there were protective measures in place, because if someone were to anger me, I could really do a lot of chaotic harm. And so maybe that was a protective measure to ensure the greatest good. That even if people called it upon themselves to receive, to be put in their place after that type of conduct, the type of harm that could be done is kind of catastrophic. So that maybe that's just my shadow work, looking back on things. And it's important to digest the things that happen every day to a good fraction of people, not just kids, but I think that's where it starts. So there's that, just digesting that portion. I'm just keeping myself in check. Like if something angers me, if a situation particularly does, to just kind of keep my cool, because it's a common story when people get trigger happy, you know, like why would you want to be just like alive NPC, you know, somebody that's just automated within their habits, and there's no mediating. It's just a script. And their whole life is one big glitch, you know. So you know, why would you want to be like that? You have so much more going for you. So I think this is a good time of temperance. Yeah, like you're not going to do too much. You're not going to put in any extra energetics. You're going to pull in a Yoda, and we're going to park it for a second. You don't need to put in like your mastery to show how strong you are. What the other person needs to learn is not how strong you are, it's about how weak they are. Okay? How weak they are. That's what they need to learn. And so shall it be done. You know, you don't need to put in any extra work to that. It's the same, inversely speaking, like when a bully tries to mess with you, especially in like a public arena. They want to show, and this is especially in work, they want to show that they're stronger than you, that they're one upper than you. And so you don't need to like fight in the same manner. No, not always. It's important for people to see like others' true character, you know, how nasty they can be, especially when there's no reason. Like, I'm not even fighting back even after the fact. The universes will handle it accordingly. I'm at that level now where I can just safely say, yeah, stamp of approval, that is correct. So this is the star card in reverse on the left side. The other meaning to that is that you have your own moral compass. You have your inner compass. It is legit. It is working, ticking. It's well calibrated. It's gone through the engineering's safety book of SOVs. You know, it's met its calibration you know, schedule. I am going to it's 10% battery, and I feel like I have good enough data here to work with, that I do not want to compromise, so I'm just going to charge it so it doesn't like blank out on me. Okay. Put this here. Put that there. Goodness gracious. Ew. Okay, fine. We'll do it like, can I put you here? Are you gonna, thank you! It's balancing on a skull. Oh, are you gonna allow me to? It's slowly shifting, hold on. Maybe I can put this key. May I? Can you, oh! It works! All the little knickknacks. I have an antique Russian key here, like holding it, like, psh, here. Look, what's going on with my hair? It's, you know, part. Okay, that's fine. That'll do. Do. Okay, so, all right, so what else do I need to know right now? What do I need to know at this time? That one? Ace of Cups. Your cup is full, Tina. And hidden in plain sight, you are the upsized Queen of Cups. You know several love languages. You know how to interpret, therefore. Let me just put this here. Hold on. Let me see here. How do I fix this? There's, it's tilting. Okay. Let's wedge it. It was perfect. What was that sound? What was that commotion? I love this. I made this coffee yesterday. It is still solid. It's going strong today. One thing, so when I parted ways from, I realized my last job could not take control of me in any way possible. And that's how they let me go. They realized I was no longer eating anything from their kitchen, which was provided like as a luxury, you know, like snacks and you know, just like not, it didn't go like full out like one of my other jobs. But they just had like some energy bars, coffee, a fridge with like milk and their water cooler and bananas and some cereal. And I think that was it. But and then like some condiments, like, you know, leftover like soy sauce packets or, you know, whatever. It's just like very standard, like low key. And I used to drink their milk. Like just put it in my coffee or whatever. But I realized after even making my own coffee, like trying to minimize the amount that I would have intake from them, including like not, how do I say it? Let me just talk about this portion first. Okay. So once I started like declining on that, things started getting a little like shuffly. Okay. There were more like sit in the office and just wait till somebody is like done. Like I would send emails while people would go on international flights. Like, we're always here. You can always just ask us, blah, blah, blah. So I would wait for roughly a week and a half. Sometimes there are instantaneous responses, especially if they were being monitored. But I would wait, you know, and I would do follow-ups, and they were all ignored until like you would get into the office, and he would make me sit there and like just go through it with them. And instead of just, he said, why don't we just go through them, and instead of responding by email, then I can just tell you what to do. And it's like, some of it was not even telling you what to do, you know. More than 50% of it was just like yes, no, or certain approvals. So it was ridiculous to me, like why I had to sit there. And then after we came to the decision, then he would just respond by email, and it's like, dude, you're not that much of a dumbass. Like, what is it, EVP, and you're working at this level? There's something wrong here. And so he would, what did he do? So there were a lot more sit-ins there. You know, a lot of it was just repetitive. And he remembers a lot of things. So I know it's not like old age, like getting the best of him, or like he has a lot of things to do. Those are bullshit excuses. So, there were a lot more sit-ins there once I started declining certain things, like not having, you know, consuming from them. And then I noticed there were 3 times. We got Starbucks one time when there were visitors, and you know how they fill the cup up with creamer or half and half. They gave us 2 of them because there's a large amount. One of them went straight into the fridge, and like a day and a half later, like the shit was curdled in there. And I know that it was perfectly fine. Like Starbucks doesn't pull that shit. But it was like one cup like that was not touched, was absolutely curdled. I was like, that's not right. What happened there? So I was like, okay, just a fluke, whatever. Second time, there was another instance where he had Starbucks more recently. The cup that I put them in there, I was being careful to watch it. I don't think it curdled, but like, you know when you warm up something in the microwave and it like spouts over, you know, it foams over? That's what happened. It was like it was already caked onto there. You know, like it in the fridge, top shelf to the closest, like it spouted over and it got caked in the bottom and it was still full. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I thought that was weird. And I was like, that's not right. There's something not right there. And that's when I decided I'm not even gonna take any of their milk. I'm not gonna take any of their like little pepper sauce packets, and none of it. Like none of it. Not even, like I decided a long time ago, not even their water. I'm not even making coffee there. No. And this last week, we had a visitor. It was a Monday. And their carton of milk, it was still good. I'm telling you, it's still good. It also boiled over too. Like, you know, it's a screw-on cap on the top. It was like that. It's crazy. But it was starting to spill over too. So I was like, that's really weird. And I loosened the cap and I squeezed it and like it like just went bleh. It went all over. And I was thinking, this is strange. It should not do this. This refrigerator is working perfectly fine. There's something wrong here. There's something absolutely wrong. And that's when I realized they've done something to the contents of whatever is put into the fridge. Like, so even if I bought my own orange juice or whatever, if it was put in that fridge, there was like some tampering, especially when it was left overnight. And I think I was careful not to place anything overnight. I don't know. There were some things like, so that's crazy. I have never seen such a thing. Like when you're an occultist or even not an occultist, you have to see the patterns. And you can't just take one instance and say, oh, that was just a fluke. Oh, that was, you know, what a coincidence, like the second time. Oh, that's strange, you know. Anybody who's going to dumb that down, they're hiding something for sure. Because they wouldn't take that as like they wouldn't treat it like that if it was their own personal experience. Like that's something's trying to tell you something. So now I just know I've closed a lot of access points to myself there. And so they're just like, okay, well, she's no use to us if that's gonna happen. Especially if she's gonna rat us out for doing all of these things. She knows too much. So anyway, it kind of just reminded me of that. You know, Tina, this is Alice in Wonderland. You have upsized along with your cup. Okay? You have supersized. You're the big gulp. So, massive, like Cosmic Mother. You are the Queen of Cups. You know several love languages, even with ones that despise you. You know what makes them tick, what makes them feel loved versus what doesn't. And even within those own singular communities, people don't care enough about them. It doesn't matter like how well they're known or how if they get their way all the time or not. It's like that those communities don't care to look at each other or inside themselves enough to know like what doesn't make them feel loved. Like there's no like inner dialogue there. But you can interpret that, Tina. And so I think the craziest thing about being a healer and elevating is just knowing that you're put in these positions because people do need their healing. Like, it's not a personal offense. It's kind of like, great job, Tina. We're gonna put you over here. This is like a promotion. We're gonna put you in this shitty environment or this like, it seems like everything's great, but no, there's some things to, like, some kinks to work out. Like, you're the spiritual chiropractor there. Like, you just go, you're gonna be the spiritual masseuse / chiropractor. You just work that stuff out, okay? And so this is my divine panel saying, like, you did a great job. We could use you in this arena. It's like, oh, okay, fine, okay. So that's how I know I'm being put in a better off situation, one with more return, but one that's going to be a bit more complex and challenging, you know, my abilities, my skill set. I say skill set rather than abilities because, you know, I feel like we're all able, aren't we? All right, what else do you want to say? Okay, we'll pick those three. High Priestess in reverse, Four of Swords, and King of Cups in reverse. This is major undercurrent energy. This is major dream state energy. In fact, drawing back to Stranger Things, I feel like I'm supposed to draw in, like, I keep getting all these messages that I'm supposed to be doing, like, seance work, like, channeling people from the dead. Or, you know, like, I don't mean it like that. Like, I don't mean it to be so, like, cryptic. Like, I don't know. Morbid and cryptic. It's not that. But, like, this is telling me, I know I can touch into the undercurrents, the bodies of water that lay beneath the ground. So ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But before that, there was water encased in them. So, like, I know this. This is something, this is like sleeping on something. There's something hidden in the walls, hidden in the cracks of the walls. There's a secret passage here that that I have great access to. These are the greats from, like, that are very underground, masculine and feminine, yin yang, but this is the highest of the high in both arenas of water, suits of water. So there's massive pull on that. If you're looking at, like, gods and goddesses, we have Jesus Christ energy or spirit in cash, just like sitting by me, like, okay, you got your own primary religion that you grew up with, etc., to back you. You know, like, you know, this, you grew up with that. There's no mistake as to why you were brought up with that. And then, you know, there's more of like a Wiccan type of energy. I'm hearing, like, you know, like they wick, you know, I don't even know how to do it, but it's like DJ energy. But this is like Hecate, you know. This is goes by many names, okay? Very in touch with the moon. But there's a lot going for you here. So as far as the dream state, I think there's a lot of messages there, but there's also something about connecting with people who have passed away. Like, I am like, they want me to do that. So okay. Just as long as there's insured safety for me, my family, my home, my transits, or our transits, you know, then I'm fine. Let's go ahead and open the door to that. Okay, can I is it safe to open the door to that? My divine panel, what do you want to say? The Magician in reverse. And what popped along with that is what? Seven of Cups and the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is very underground energy. I mean, okay, just because someone had passed away doesn't mean that they're all good energy. Like, you want to safely assume that. You want to do that. But at the same time, maybe this is also partially learning the left-hand path. What the heck? This is crazy. Because these are all strong suits. Look, they're giving me a variety of options on who to work with on an underground level. Now, I have to ask. I don't want to, like, what do you call this? Make this like a fairy tale, you know, my panel. So you tell me, is this more of like solid underground network that that works within codes of ethics, and like are they good, or are these like really, really all dark practitioners here? Like things that I need to be concerned about? You tell me. 10 of Pentacles. No, you hit the jackpot, Tina. Nobody has this kind of support in the underground, like in the underworld or the underground. Nobody has this kind of support. That's the 10 of Pentacles right there. with the Seven of Cups, you have your select. You can channel in whoever the frick you want. You got the both. What is it? The greater and lesser keys of Solomon. So you can operate in a variety of ways. Now this is wonderful because not many. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be some people out there that have access them the way I have. Normally, you would be like in this underground pact, this crew, this organization, and then you would learn certain things. Like they would give you like it was basically like they would be teaching you, etc. But this is something that's like I'm not. To my knowledge, I have not stepped into like an organization or like a cult or whatever, wore a mask or, you know, and just like, okay. It was never ever like that. So hold on. Shiz. Okay. So it was never ever like that. I have to take care of something, but so I think this is very unique in which I've accessed it. It was wonderful. It's great. So it's not dumbing down at all. It's just it's different, and there could be some areas of jealousy in that. But that's just like a hint of it, just a flavor of like, you know, why people might give you stank face, you know. But other than that, that's how you know like people have like big ass egos, and they were like they thought they were big shots until like, you know, oh, it can be done that way too. You didn't have to like sell your body or sell your soul. Oh, okay, that's crazy. So there's that. Like I remember exiting this organization, and it's like everybody thought they had to get like plastic surgery and their tits done or whatever in order to, and like be like all hoey in order to get a, you know, get to like a certain prestige. But I never did that there, and it was like in your face, you know, like I'm still highly favored, even though like I don't have to have big titties in order to be accepted. You know what I mean? Like I'm not reduced down to that size. So it's kind of like that energy here. But you know, set aside ego and like not even, we're not even going to look at that. They're saying take advantage of this, Tina. Take like really like you have a lot of access points. So you were like everything on my feed, everything, like it's not just like on one source or, you know, a couple of sources. It's like everywhere I go I'm shown like the dead wants to talk, you know. It's not even the dead, us, but I'm supposed to tap into that. They want me to open the doors. Okay, let's open it. Open. Okay, all right. So but then the dream state is also going to be a lot more pronounced. Okay. Anything else that you want me to know now that like it's almost an hour? So anything else? Yeah, even this thing is, it's been sitting on my altar and it's a star. Look, for real. Sure. And there's also a lot of gaslighting too on my feed. Like I think what they're trying to do is pit other psychics against each other, like who's better than who, or who's recognized like, oh, you know, and it's like I felt a little bit of a trigger, like somebody being commended right in front of me that I've never seen their face before, like the top psychic, this and that. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to fall for that trap. If you're trying to build like animosity between in the community, like you're fucking crazy. It's not my business if somebody else buys into that, but I sure as hell am not going to. Like, no. Like this person might be great and all, and it's no offense to that person. It's more so, why are you trying so hard to put that in my face? Like, why are you trying so hard to like do it at this particular time? No. Okay. And then there are certain things where people are like bought out, basically. When they see like there's certain creators within my feed, and then that creator like turns around and does some kind of like mixed messaging type of thing, and they so there's kind of like that energetic. So you know, there's like just because I have a lineup of like, I have to say, okay, I'm not gonna pinpoint anybody, but like I'm not going to glorify no, how do I say it? Because it's not a particular person. It's not even like the last time I used that word, it's not even in link with that person. I'm just talking about energetics. Like just because like somebody is an occultist and that's what kind of content that they have in their messaging, and they're strictly just like on YouTube or whatever delivering that content, you gotta, or have published certain books or etc, whatever. Like I can't say like I agree with everything. There's a lot of content to be generated as well. Like people can be, there are certain people that can be bought off, and I'm just not down for every single thing, you know. Okay, last things that I need to know right now. My divine panel, what do you need me to know right now? There's a delivery. It's in lap. Oh my goodness. It's like a lap dog, like a sweet little. So this is good kin. This is like cozy kin that are delivering like a lot of love. They're like, cheers. Cheers, Tina. Huzzah. On the left side, something fell. Oh my gosh, it's justice. You know what dude, these people are delivering like a sense of justice as well. Like, hey, wait, but. Not only am I the Knight of Cups, but I'm also hidden in plain sight, the Knight of Pentacles. You know, and I'm delivering, like, this is extroverted, like a lot of love, but invertedly speaking, that's a Knight of Cups in reverse. That's a delivery. Special delivery. That's crazy. That's so good. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings be. Blessings on your journey. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I received it. Under the table, King of Swords in reverse. That's crazy. It's 10-10. My alarm. Okay, Queen of... Why do I have all of these, like... Okay, I don't know why it's split to here. I don't understand what's going on here. It like Four of Wands is like splitting to like all of this. I don't understand. I don't. Four of Wands was... Am I supposed to read this whole thing? I don't know. This is crazy. There's a lot of underground help here. I mean, people from beyond the veil, they want to pitch in and they want to help me out. People who have passed away, because this is all strong underground energy. Like freaking, like I got the strongest delivery of the quartz, like all in reversal. These are very much underground crew and people who also passed. There's Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. This is insane. Like the amount of leverage that I have that's like very, very hidden is insane. Like, look at that. For sure. Based on investments to myself. Like, my life is definitely extraordinary in its routes. Like it's I don't even know what to say about this. This is, yeah, this is wonderful. Anyway, top of the deck, the shadow side in reverse, which is the devil card in reverse. This is very obvious to the world. Anyone that comes close to me, that my shadow work, a lot of my shadow work has been done, and it's being continued. It's and also, especially those clients that come through for me, I don't need to, they understand, and they like that I'm not preaching to them. You know, I'm not all up in their face like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, if they want me to be that way, I can be that way. But at the same time, like, I just know, you know, people are going to move in their own manner and conduct themselves the way they prefer to conduct themselves. I have no leverage in, how to say it, I have no primary say in that. Like, they have to be the one holding the key, you know? I don't, you know, that's something that's very obvious here. Okay, so what is our takeaway? Me and my kin. Seven of Pentacles. Just wait for it. There's a sense of, like, based on yesterday, the sense of ownership, and then the new opportunities coming through. Everything's already budded and blossomed and blooming. It's just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, okay? They'll tell you when. They'll just, like, you know, it's, like, you have all your troops in. This is, what do you call it? A raid, basically, or, like, I don't know how you call it, but, like, a special ops team. Everybody is like, your troops are here. We've already, like, done, how do you do? How, like, nice to meet you, etc. Are you excited for this mission? Blah, blah, blah. Like, we've done all the stuff behind closed doors, like, on the inner circle portion. But now we're at our mission, and we've come to our site, and it's like, you know, it's like, you go over here, you know, like, whatever. And then those are the special cues that are coming through, okay? All right, so what is just my takeaway? Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh, I'm the one that's supposed to kill it. Like, it's going to be singled in, like, I'm the one that's supposed to kill it, whatever it is. Like, go in and just, that's crazy. And that's Hecate right there. The owl. Spirit totem. That's crazy. What? What is this? I don't understand. Can I get one more? May I? That's what? That's crazy. I'm the one that's supposed to see it through. And I did the Fool in reverse. So this is like a. Is this a pause? Knight of Swords in reverse. There's a special focus on this, okay? Because what I was getting was, like, it's not like, oh, a journey is about to begin. There's something more to it than, like, your standard Fool card in reverse. This is, like, after following the Ten of Swords, like, how do you get from that to, like, the Fool card, whether it's upright or in reversal? Like, that's weird. That kind of energy is so drama, like, so intense, down to, like, this is like angelic energy, where it's, you know, people, how do I say it? You know, those old pictures of where slaves, like Archangel Michael is slaying a demon, but there's, like, just like, it's like poker face, like, this has to be done. I don't have any major feelings, like, I'm not gonna let anything within me keep from this happening. Like, it has to happen. It's done too much destruction, and, like, etc., etc. So it's kind of like moseying along with it. But then there's also where you got your bitch face going on. Like, yeah, you hear the siren? Where it's determined, it's focused. Like, regardless of how that looks on the outside, whatever muscles on my face or is depicting that, there's something about it where it's kind of like, it has to be done. And there's this nonchalant energy about it where it's not about my say, though I do agree with it. It's more so from a higher calling. There's also something about with the death here. There's something about being objective within, like, moving forward on this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I'm channeling, like, the dead, or gosh, I'm not supposed to say the dead. Channeling people who have passed on, I'm supposed to be objective to moving towards that journey. Like, I don't really know how this is supposed to go, and if anyone has the advantage, it's got to be the newbie, because, like, there's many routes in which to approach something. And so then with the experience that I have, like, it can be beneficial in many arenas, but at the starting point, like, there could be the openness to that. It's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna let the doors open up and see, like, how my divine panel wants me to handle it. And so it's a very focused energy on, like, those cues. So I have also special cues on this, but I have my backup crew here also surrounding and waiting for it as well. This is very good. Okay, that's all that I would like to say for now. And all I think they would want to say for now, but that's a lot of messaging. And thank you very much. For all donations provided in light and love, of light and love, in every which way that you do that, that reciprocate equally. Blessings be on the delivery, in transit, and the why are they saying recourse? I don't know. But the also on the aftermath, because, you know, a lot of the times we're sharing the same environment with those that we need to teach. So you know, blessings be to keep you safe, happy, and comforted. But now that this reading is officially over, I think, how do I want to do this? I call back all my power, energy, essence, and gifts from those who generate, cast, bring, or any variation of that ill will, intent, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings and blessings, and another round of that with Archangel Michael's blue flame, and then to be refortified within me, only me, hassle-free, no bother, unmarred, no attachments, with the exception of all bonus points included. Thanks so very much. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading.